Good morning. This is Dr. Suzanne McBride in Indialantic, Florida, coming at you with Connecting the Dots. It's something I used to do in New York City. I used to get up online and just kind of discuss the way we can connect our physiology and how our body is showing up, how we're showing up in life, and how taking care of our spine and our nervous system can really support amplifying and thriving. So, what's been going through my mind lately, what's been becoming clear, is a difference between crisis and stress. When you are constantly in crisis, that is actually a different level than just stress. Crisis implies there's a victim and there's a savior. And that energy is rough. That energy matches judgment. That energy matches anger, frustration. All sorts of forms of fear go along with that. And it's also a really valid place to be temporarily. If there is a crisis situation, think about people in your life that are great at crisis situations. Our EMS, our military, our ER doctors, our OR doctors. There are people that are really great in crisis. However, what are the long-term effects of living in crisis? What is going to happen to your nervous system, to your set point, to your perception of what's going on in the world, to how your kidneys let out adrenaline and cortisol? If you are constantly living in crisis, your set point will change. Your perception of what's going on will change. You will be at higher alert. You will end up with PTSD. You will end up with tons of physical ailments. It is really hard. And many people in our world are literally living in crisis. So I want to take a breath into that for a moment and see if we can bring compassion to that. Whew, that's a hard reach. Compassion and crisis are really far apart. But let's bring some compassion to crisis, and then let's talk about stress. If you are able to show up in life with presence, if you are able to be consistent and stable, you will then be able to handle stress. And stress isn't the same as crisis. Stress, you move through things. You move through things. And if you can expand beyond your sense of self, you move through things with your partners, with your family, with your friends. You move through things that are stressful. But if you're constantly in crisis, stress may crash you out. When it comes to stress, it doesn't even matter. It's just a blip on the radar. You can't even feel it. If you've been dealing with crisis, if you've been caregiving, if you've been in life or death situations, you've been dealing with crisis so long, stress, you might just glaze over it. You might just check out of it. So think about the ways that affects us. Crisis is valid. Anger is valid. Fear is valid for short amount of times. But think about the long-term effects of that. We do call that stress, but I'm going to call it crisis today. So we move into stress if you are handling life properly, if you are in a serene environment, if you're in a healthy environment, if you're around healthy people, if you're doing the work, if you're taking care of your nervous system, your immune system, your musculoskeletal system, your psychological system. If you're able to get all those into checks and balances, when stress happens, it's effortless, it's easy, you can handle it, especially if it's short term. So then let's get to the juice, let's get to the magic. Where do we all want to live? We want to thrive. So part of thriving is being able to see beyond a sense of self. That big picture, those moments in time when you see the big picture, when you see the heart and soul of people, when you see what's possible. You use words like magic and possibility and abundance. And there's different vibrations to all of that. And all of it is valid. And we all go through it. So bringing consciousness, bringing awareness, being able to acknowledge what's going on is truly how healing happens. True healing is not fixing. It's becoming aware of the truth of what is. Wow, I have been in crisis for a long time and I'm screaming for thriving. And I'm going to start making changes in my life to stabilize, to be consistent, to show up with presence. Every day, just a little itty bitty, manageable step, because we all deserve to thrive. We all deserve to live in abundance. Abundance, the same vibration of abundance is joy. So go out and be in joy. Enjoy your life. Your only job on this planet is to be happy. You're happy, you bring joy, you beam abundance, you beam possibility, you beam magic and love, compassion. All of these things happen all the time. We wave through all of these things. So it's a wonderful, wonderful thing to be able to be prepared and to be able to handle. So every moment of crisis in your life that you've handled, pat yourself on the back and take a deep breath. Congratulate yourself. It's amazing. And remind yourself you don't have to live there. All the moments of stress that you've worked through, good job. And strive for that thrive. Strive for that thrive and do things that will support you and help you in thriving. That is what we do at Connected Spine. We have things every single day at the office that we are doing to help our body, mind, and soul be in a state where we can thrive. Please check out our website, connectedspine.com. Our next event is January 30th. It's on the website. It's going to be fantastic. It is an immersion. It's at night, 6 to 10 p.m. I know a lot of people around here don't like to drive at night. You will be fine. You can do it. You will be nourished, relaxed, reset. You will be revitalized. It's not like a big party out there, but come to Connected Spine. Check out our website, connectedspine.com, and sign up for our immersion event right before the Chinese New Year, right as we're moving from the snake energy of sloughing and dealing with all this shedding. We're going into the fire horse energy. It is go time, people. So let's be prepared. Let's reset our nervous system so we are not always expecting and looking for crisis, and we're not always living in stress, and we get to thrive. Create a beautiful day.